It is interesting. I was about to say, well, it's going to be 9 years until Ireland get another crack at them, but obviously there's potentially and probably likely a World Cup quarter-final encounter. You think Ireland will take a fair bit from today? I mean, very beatable based on that performance, which is not something we've been saying for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years in particular.
It's not. And before the game you spoke about, I suppose, being realistic with the win, and is it realistic? And I suppose if you look at last year, in the previous years, we failed to attack against teams and score against teams like France. Last year, we scored 2 tries. This year, we've scored 3 tries. It's a smaller gap than last year. So if you look at, I suppose, progression, the team is progressing. But what's most frustrating is that Ireland should have and could have won that game, which I suppose is why we're sitting here more disappointed than we should be, because the reality of it is they have improved from last year. There's no question.
That was a closer game than any number against France. There's this, it's like this broad thing of like just vague term, like just manage the game a bit better. The mistakes and certain decisions at certain times, certain kicks, certain penalties. You know, it all feels like it was within Ireland's control to really put a kind of pincer on France in that second half, and they just let them off the hook.
Absolutely, and that's an area of the game I think we'd always speak highly of. Let's talk about the kicking. Like Dan O'Brien, how many times have we said here, she's absolutely brilliant from the tee. It wasn't her day. You could see that it was frustrating. It steeped into her kicking from hand as well at times, Stacey Flood. So I think it was the game management, as you said, Joe, around that. When things were going wrong, what would it do? I thought the pack in particular were excellent today. Obviously, I'm a forward, so I can't stick from saying that. But I really thought they gave a brilliant platform to the back line. When Aoibhinn Riley came up, we could see that speed was added into it. Amy Lee was brilliant. Anna McGann had a great game, but it was just tiny bits, and that's French teams, France and England, if you don't get your game management side of things correct, or if you give them the ball without organisation there, they can punish you so badly. And as Jenny said, 3 times inside the 22 when they come up with that. But you learn from that as well, Joe, and they will.
I know. It's